Amy Davidson, and welcome to the Smart Desk News. Do we take our belief and worldview from the dumb desk news people of this world, who preach lies and spread fear for ratings and popularity? Or should we hear from the scriptures that will give us life, peace, and direction? When we look through the Hebrew eye at the word honor, it will bring us into some stark realities that most of us have no concept of. If we take the time to actually study the words that express the meaning of what honor is, we will see just what our Saviour is saying to us. I actually had a young man say to me recently, "I keep up my end of the bargain. I'm always busy doing things for Yahusha, but Yahusha doesn't do his part for me by blessing me with money." Of course, I know this fellow's life and how he lives it. I realize that he is in a predicament of his own choosing, and his anger is raging because of his own stupidity. And so he can't face himself. His life has been going around in the same circles for years and years, and he won't hop off the roundabout. As the saying goes, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. It's sad to say, but this particular young man has not got this concept of honor yet. But how much is he disgracing himself before his Father in heaven by showing absolutely no honor to him? And then he wonders why Yahusha is literally flogging him. People can say, "Oh, it's just a fit of anger. He's still only young yet. Yahusha has broad shoulders, he will forgive him." But if this young man had the real concept of honor, these ugly, disrespectful words would never have been considered or spewed from his mouth in such dishonor. He has a problem of showing respect and just wipes away what has been said to him with a bunch of excuses and then changes the subject. This young man has no intention of acknowledging his fault, and while all the time underneath he is seething, mainly because he has been chipped about his behavior by an older person. No! These excuses from both the young man and the do-good, unprincipled people who stick up for him are unacceptable and show disobedience to Torah, our instruction for life. For someone to think that they can bargain their way along the path by their works is sadly delusional. We need to put Torah to every thought and deed, which brings us onto the path of life and to be in the mind of Yahusha. This is how we serve him, by walking on Torah. The thing is, we gave our life to Yahusha, so it now belongs to him. At first, he is so loving and gracious to us. But if we won't hear him and still think we can run our life our way, we will soon be reminded with a loving flogging, which shows us obviously of our incorrect choices. After all, we are representing him and the way of Torah, not our fleshly desires. Yahusha chose us to represent him by living Torah. Before this, we were bumbling around, blind and hopeless, crying out for help. This young man is still trying to scam Yahusha and wants to fight with him for the rule over his own life. It will never happen. We are to walk his way or die. That's why we repented, to die to self. Getting back to the words that are used to show honor from the Hebrew concept, the first expression comes to us in this form: to be active in your favor towards. This means you are physically and emotionally showing that you are favoring and caring for a person, not to be noticed by others, but because of love and respect out of your duty towards Torah, and also that we want the promise of a long life. We are to be active in our caring for others in a genuine way. This action should be continuous and become part of our being, even in private. Yahusha's eyes are everywhere, and he wants to train us, so we are ready to show his virtue at a moment's notice when someone needs his help. Another expression of the word honor is to put forth honor. This is something you must do, and I mean must do yourself. This behavior of putting others before ourselves must become part of our character, which of course shows the virtue of Yahusha in us. This is something that you cannot fake. Of course, if your behavior is not like this, you are a hypocrite, which means an actor. There are no rewards for such behavior, but there are a lot of actors around. More expressions of the word honor are to magnify or to make great, to glorify and make majestic, or to respect and revere. To treat as an ornament of splendid beauty, comeliness, excellency, goodly, dignity, precious. This brings us to the last expression of the word honor, and the most important part of our little study. Make a concrete effort not to let down the parents whose respect they value. The 5th commandment says, honor your father and your mother, so that it will be long your days upon the earth that Yahuwah, your Eloah, gave you. Very simple and straightforward, like all of Torah is to understand. I have one question to ask you though. After reading what effort there is behind the word honor and how we need it to be a continuous part of our character, can you say with all honesty before Yahusha that you honor your parents with the true honor Yahusha expects of us? The world would be a much better place if this was really happening. Of course, this honoring doesn't just stay with your parents. If you regularly visit your mate's home or your girlfriend's parents, you not only honor them, but all parents, young and old, without exception, no matter what the circumstances. It's not a hard thing to do, and it's the Father's desire for us to behave this way. If you adopt the Father's desire in your life, what do you think will be the reactions of others? After all, you have the upper hand and Yahusha's blessings if you behave Torah. So these words are coming to you in loving kindness, to all Nazarene seeking a deeper walk. Now you know how to practice the 5th commandment. Stay strong, friends. I'm Amy Davidson. Good night.